But let's go ahead and check out the trailer for the Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim. This is an animated Lord of the Rings movie coming out later this year. I believe it's, and they have, I'm getting the impression that New Line and Warner Brothers have a lot of confidence in this thing because it's coming out in the middle of December. It's December 13th. This is a big holiday movie. I mean, that's a nice place for it. And the other thing, obviously, it's an adaptation based on, various things from J.R.R. Tolkien's novels. But the thing that really interests me is that it's directed by Kenji Kamiyama. I believe that's how you say his name. You might not recognize the name, but the guy has a pretty expansive history in anime. And he did, what at least comes to mind for myself, he was the director of Ghost in the Shell, not the movie, but Standalone Complex, the anime TV series, which was, I think I would argue, and this might be controversial to say, I think it's better than the film, personally. It just gave more time for these characters and expand on them and the stories themselves. I really like that. So he's doing this movie, and that really, really excites me. So, and listen, I'm also saying at the same time, these last few years, this decade, we have not gotten a lot of great Lord of the Rings content. I was very excited for the Hobbit movies, Chap, but I was left very disappointed. Should have just been one film. Shouldn't have, but they had to expand it for 3 movies because they wanted to get more money out of it. And I think that certainly hurt the franchise, hurt Lord of the Rings. And then you had the video games. You had the first one, which I enjoyed. That was not bad. I forget the Shadow of Mordor. That's what it was. I was like, what's the name of that game? Shadow of Mordor. And that got a sequel, though. There's a lot of criticism of how heavily, overly monetized it was. And then more recently, in terms of Lord of the Rings content, we got the Rings of Power TV show, which it was a struggle for me to finish that show. It was like, man, it's like they have a lot of money in it, but those characters, those stories, boring, dull as all hell. And I literally have no excitement at all to see the second season. I'll check it out for some reviews and things. And then you also have as brought up by Mr. Ayers. You didn't love that Hunt for Gollum video game, which was viewed as one of the worst video games that came out last year. Well, I believe that was last year. And it looked terrible too. So Lord of the Rings is not exactly in the best of places right now. However, this movie has intrigued me for quite some time. So I'm hoping for the best for this. Just the people who they got in front of the camera. I think that's a good sign. The fact that it's also just it's a 2D anime movie being distributed and produced by a major American studios. That's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'll come back with my thoughts, give your thoughts, and we'll have a nice little conversation.
All Middle-earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring.
Helm's Deep.
But 200 years before that,
Riders of the Mark! Brothers of Rohan!
there was an older tale.
Arise!
We come with an offer to strengthen Rohan.
Hera, daughter of Helm, I, Wolf, seek your hand in marriage.
Our fathers speak as if I were not even in the room. I do not want to marry you.
Damn,
You do
denied.
not seek an alliance. You seek a throne.
Hope you don't become an evil incel.
You will live to regret this, old man. He's dead.
Oh, shit.
You will pay this with
Oh,
your
man.
life.
Uh-oh.
The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone.
Fire!
There's so many of them. I pledge to fight for my king.
You know nothing of war.
I'm the fastest rider you have.
People need hope, Hera. Something to believe in.
My pride, my joy. You could rule the world. You think I am afraid of you?
You should be.
What does Mordor want with rings?
Oh, that's cool. There you go, coming this Christmas. Yeah, I'm really digging what I'm seeing. Everything about this looks very, very just aesthetically. It's just interesting to see. Just again, an anime adaptation of Lord of the Rings lore. That's really exciting to me. And it's again, I feel like Warner Brothers, they could have gone in a totally different direction. They could have just made this, another live action movie, another could have been 3D CGI. But to make this choice, I think that's very inspiring. That's very cool. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best with this project. What about you guys? How do you feel about this? I mean, how do you feel about Lord of the Rings right now? You like the idea of this property being explored in different mediums and animation styles? I think that has a lot of potential, a lot of cool. It has a lot of cool, possible avenues to explore in the future. If this is obviously a commercial, but also critical success. But how do you guys feel about this? Let's see. Oh man, got hands. He got some big ass hands. He killed that guy. And the thing is, the movie also has like Brian Cox. I think he's playing like the Rohan king who just has those goddamn hands through those hands and just killed that guy, beat that guy to death. So that's pretty goddamn cool. I recognize his voice. Let's see. Bishop Sycamore says, looks nice and it might be good, but no thanks for Bishop. Some misgivings. Is this the theatrical? Yep. December 13th, coming to theaters. Biggie Smith, I'm digging it. Chris says, I wasn't too sure before, but this does look cool. Dad Chiquin says, that small town gives me white. Yeah, I was definitely getting like a Skyrim vibe from this entire trailer. Well, the fact that Rohan and it's like set during winter, it's all those hills and things and valleys, and you can see the mountains in the background. It's very snowy. I think that's a cool aesthetic for this to tell this story. So great, yeah, great observation, Isaac. I don't know if it'll watch in theaters, but I'm intrigued, says Brandon. I think that's fair. Sierra Spot, greetings and salutations. Hope we live long and prosper. Good to see you. Just reacting to the War of the Rohirrim trailer, which I'm really digging. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chad. I definitely wasn't expecting a 2D film in theaters. I know. That's exactly what I was saying. I can't help but be disappointed by that, but it's good. Oh, wait. I can't help. Oh, no. I understand. Yeah. Help but be disappointed by that, but it's good. It's good. Yeah, exactly. Because it's 2D animated movies in theaters are few and far between nowadays. I listen, there's some beautiful 3D animated movies. Some of my favorite movies of all time are 3D animated movies. I love these. You guys know I love The Incredibles. This year, The Inside Out 2 is one of my favorite animated films, and not my favorite animated film so far. This is one of my favorite movies. But I really do miss 2D animation. I was growing up during the Disney Renaissance era, seeing movies like The Lion King in theaters, and I would love to see that return. A nice balance of both animation styles, and so. And then for anime movies, it's even fewer. And I guess occasionally we'll get whatever Studio Ghibli releases internationally, and maybe like a re-release for a beloved 2D animated film or an anime movie. But again, few and far between. So, hoping the best for this. Crash in the pits of Mount Doom. Oh no, bad boy. What do you think of the trailer, good sir? Gentlemen, be pretty cool to see a large scale Lord of the Rings battle in anime format. Yeah, exactly. It's a cool medium to make familiar things feel and look fresh again, And I think it has a lot of potential. Again, we won't know of the total quality until obviously we've seen the film, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. But I don't know. I'm really digging this. I want to give this fucking thing a shot because I miss this type of animation in theaters. Really liking it. Dimmerate looks nice, but choppy. Yeah. They definitely removed some frames, I think, for the budget itself. Have they revealed the budget for this movie? They have not. So I'm curious about that. Yeah, but you bring up a good point. Yeah. Hoping for the best. Really hoping for the best for the War of the Rohirrim. I would really, because again, it's been so long since a really good Lord of the Rings project has been released, and there's nothing wrong of just laying things to rest and saying goodbye and maybe coming back to it, years from now, decades from now, But hey, if this is a hit, if this does work, then maybe we can see more of these. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or at least inspire other studios to possibly look at their older properties and go let's try to reinvent them in this way, or at least approach them with a different style of filmmaking or animation. So it has potential, a lot of potential, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm big into fashion, but can't ever wear the clothes I want to be. Keith, it feels kind of cheap for a theatrical, in my opinion. I don't know. I like the look of it personally. But I guess we'll see. But there is some chop there. I want to see a movie adaptation of Gollum game myself. I don't know if I want that. Well, you are getting The Hunt for Gollum, that movie that may or may not be happening. I still don't believe that movie's happening. I'm like, I don't know about this. One's being directed by Andy Serkis. I'm not sure. Bishop, for me, I just don't want to. For me, I just don't want more Lord of the Rings. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. Can't be upset by the looks of the movie, especially since I have been begging for a 2D animated movie again. Looking at YouTube, yeah, I know. I wish Disney would do more 2D animated movies. That'd be great. But no, I understand. You know, it's after so much disappointment recently, and the trilogy was just so perfect. It's like, maybe just let Sleeping Dogs lie, move on, do something else. But hoping this is the best thing. But yeah, looking forward to checking this out in December, Chad. I'll definitely be reviewing it, definitely be sharing my thoughts with you guys. I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping this is really good. Oh, Lord. Wow, dreams do come true. We'll see. Chris, you going to watch Rings of Power Season 2? I'll watch a few episodes. If it's good, then I'll keep watching. If it's not, then I think I'll just abandon it. It was a struggle to watch the first season. I by the middle of it, I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I think I was doing reviews for it, then eventually I just stopped, by episode. And I think I did, a full Season 1 review at the end, but it was just so disappointing. Yeah, so much money thrown at so much spectacle in a show that has such poorly written characters and plot lines and things.